of all, thank you for agreeing with me to do this interview.
Of course.
Okay, first tell us, introduce your name and where you're from.
Hello. My name is Sayo Ali, and I am from Ethiopia, which is located in Africa, if you didn't know. And yeah, I'm 22 years old.
Okay, where were you born, like in Ethiopia, and where did you grow up?
I was born in Balearobe, and I grew up in, I don't know if they will know this, but I grew up like everywhere basically, with my grandma, with my brothers, with my mom. So it's like all over Ethiopia basically.
Okay, so in the city you were born and like where you lived, how many languages were spoken, and what was your mother tongue? I don't know if you remember.
Okay, so basically there's a lot of languages and I wouldn't know that, okay? But my first language is Oromik, Afan Oromo.
Okay.
And my second language is Amharic, which is the main language in Ethiopia.
Kind of the official language
Yeah,
of the country.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in the city you were born in, like, how was the culture like? I mean, was there like only one type of group of people with like only one culture, or was it like different people with different cultures and different backgrounds? Like in the city you were born and raised.
Well, I was in like Balearobe. I was surrounded by a large community of Oromo people, and so our backgrounds were like similar. And it's like, it's just a large amount of like family members. There was just a sense of community.
Okay.
And then once I grew older, I moved to the capital city, Addis Ababa.
Okay.
Which that place, I guess there was like Amhara people. There was also Oromo people and different types of people.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. So being from Ethiopia, I know that there are over 80 different nations and nationalities and ethnic groups.
Interesting.
Yeah, all with their own languages and cultures, and even with their own dialects. So, like, which ethnic group do you belong to, and what's the name of the ethnic group? Like,
Oromo.
Oromo. Okay, so is it the name of the language or the name of the ethnic group, Oromo? Or
Yeah,
is it
that's Oromo would be the name of the ethnic group.
both? Okay,
And then Afan Oromo
would be the language.
would be the language.
Okay, so at what age did you learn your second language? If you remember, and at what age did you learn English?
When I think it was just at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been taught, like I've heard my family speaking Afan Oromo and Amharic at the same time, so I knew a little bit of both.
Okay.
I would say I spoke Amharic more often because it was language spoken at school.
Okay.
And then the age that I learned English would be when I was like around 12 when I came to the US. 11, 12, that's around the time.
Okay. So so when you first started school, like was it all the subjects given all in Amharic, or there are subjects taught in Afan Oromo as well?
In the school that I went to in Ethiopia, there was only Amharic.
Oh, okay. So let me get one thing clear. So you went. How many schools did you go to? Like I know
One?
in Balearobe, you went to school in Balearobe or no?
Not me.
So you didn't go to school in Balearobe.
Yeah, I went to school in Addis Ababa.
Okay, in Addis Ababa. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay. So in Ethiopia, there are like as I said, there are over like 80 different nations and nationalities. A long time ago, there was this kind of law which was passed. So in each city, in each rural cities, the law passed saying that students should learn all the subjects with their own language.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, what did you think about that? Do you support that thing? Do you support that law, or like, do you want the students to be taught in the official language of Amharic since it's the working language of the country?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know about that law when I was
Okay.
there.
Okay.
But in my current state of mind, I would say teach it in their own language,
Okay.
but have certain classes
Okay.
in the official language so that they have both backgrounds.
Okay. So you said used Amharic to communicate with your families and friends, or how often did you speak Afan Oromo?
Yeah, Afan Oromo was used mainly for my family members,
Okay.
and then Amharic would be for my, classmates.
Okay,
and
my
all that.
classmates and stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
So okay, tell me one cultural practice that you enjoyed as a child, or that one cultural practice that you miss in Ethiopia that you used to practice or do.
So one culture that we had in Ethiopia that I don't really see here is the the aspect of community.
Mhm.
I think in Ethiopia, like when I lived there, you can count on like anyone basically
Okay.
there to take care of you. Like go to them, ask them questions, and all those things. Also, how we would eat food, like we would make food together as a large group, and then share that food. I don't know. It's just very festive.
Yeah.
Whereas here in the U.S., it's like everyone kind of keeps to themselves and within their house, and only for special occasions would you see the communities coming together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So I want to mention one cultural practice, which is like the drinking coffee. You know how like
Ooh, yeah,
the way
too.
we drink coffee in Ethiopia is
Yes.
different from the way we drink here. So tell me a little bit about that. How was it? How was the culture there of drinking coffee?
Okay, so so drinking coffee is a huge, big deal in Ethiopia, and tea too.
Yeah.
You have tea with your breakfast,
Yeah.
and then and coffee is just a big occasion where they have the sets for like coffee sets. They have popcorn. They have bunna kursi, which
Yeah.
is like just what is it?
I don't know. It's like
Snacks.
dessert for coffee
Yeah,
or
dessert
something like
that
that.
goes along with coffee.
Yeah.
And just a whole like everyone in the family member would like sit around and have coffee together.
Yeah, that's something that I like about like when I was in Ethiopia. Even when we moved to like a new neighborhood, so the neighbors who were there before us, they kind of make coffee and like they
Yeah.
call everybody in the neighborhood. Then we sit down in circles and we talk.
Yeah, it was tight.
Get to know each other. Yeah, share our stories, like where we're from and stuff. So I really like that culture.
Yeah. And it was a huge culture shock when I came here
Okay.
because people would have their coffee as like they would have it just legitimately for the caffeine.
Yeah.
Some people like the taste of coffee, but for the most part, and it was like I was shocked by the size of the coffee cups. They were huge. In Ethiopia, we have like tiny cups.
Tiny
because
cups.
we have it every day.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
and not only we have it every day. It's like when we sit down and drink coffee, there's something called like first round, second round, third
Oh
round.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why the cups are like really small.
Really
Even though they're small,
Yeah.
there's first round you drink once,
Yeah.
then you there's second round you drink again.
Yeah.
If you feel like it, you can drink the third round.
Yeah.
You can go up to fourth or fifth round. I don't know.
Yeah. Here it's all you gotta finish up that huge cup. You know,
Yeah,
like
here,
venti.
yeah, just for the energy, over here. I think we do the same thing in Ethiopia too. If you want to stay energetic, you drink coffee too. But most of the time, it's like it's kind of like for a gathering occasion, just drink coffee. Okay, so you said you moved. Okay, when did you move to the capital city, Addis Ababa?
I don't know like how old I was.
Okay,
Yeah, but
but it's like
pretty young.
definitely before you start school.
Yeah,
Before you start going to school. Okay.
of course.
So why did you move to Addis Ababa?
We moved to Addis Ababa because we were working on paperwork to come to the U.S.
Okay.
So, just for a better life, I guess.
Okay. So you moved to the capital city, Addis Ababa, to make the process easier. So since you're
Ease
we're
of
trying-
access to
yeah.
resources.
since
the
the
embassy.
American embassy is located in Addis Ababa. Right?
Yeah.
So how long did that process take, if you remember?
I don't remember, but all I do remember was that it was too long and it was long.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
a long
annoying.
time. So you went to school in Addis while the process was still undergoing,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So I know it's like it's not probably all new languages because it's you used to speak Amharic even before you moved to Addis Ababa, and in Addis Ababa, Amharic is the widely spoken language. So how was the transition for you, like moving into all new environments, all new school system, like getting to know other people? It's like how was it like? Was it hard or was it easy for you? How was the adjustment like?
Are you saying like specifically moving from the countryside to the capital city or to the U.S.?
No, from the countryside to the capital city.
Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, when I was in the countryside, I would see like my friends going to school and all that from the background, and I wouldn't be able to go, and like I was sort of jealous of that, but I had like a fantasy about it, about how school was and stuff, and so when I actually went to school, it wasn't that different. It was just, I mean, they have like one difference between the U.S. and Ethiopian school system is that they have ranks, and people that are first place, second place, like they get awards and stuff like that, and so I was just competitive, and the students were nice, and for me it wasn't that huge of a transition because I knew the language and I knew what I had to do.
Okay, so how many languages were spoken? I mean, you don't have to tell me like how many, like the exact number, but like, were there different languages spoken in the country? So was there different languages spoken, or it was just Amharic since it's a capital city and it's a widely spoken
Yeah.
language?
So within the school, I remember it was just Amharic. Yeah.
Okay.
Even my friends, like whether they were Oromo, like they would still speak in Amharic.
Okay.
If you were fancy enough, you would speak English too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So since I grew up in Addis Ababa myself, since I was 4, so like that's before I even started school. So I know about the environment. So how did you feel like when you met new friends in your school, knowing that they're all from different background and culture, meaning that not everybody's like from the same culture and background. So how did you feel about meeting new friends, and like how was the communication process between you and your new friends? Did you kind of share where you guys are from?
Yeah.
Or how was like getting to know each other process,
Okay, so I mean, you have to understand, when I went to school there, it was first grade, first and second grade. So there's not like that, we haven't really like transitioned into that, internalized our culture or our differences. We mostly just talked about like, we have this sport, we have this I'm interested in this subject, I want to, I'm competing with this person. We spoke about those things. I mean, we created bonds and we were there for each other, but there wasn't really like cultural differences.
Yeah, since you were kids, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So being Oromo, did you feel proud? Like, I know you're a kid and probably you don't even know what Oromo means like, but did you have a little bit of sense like what Oromo is like? And did you have the sense that there are other cultures too, just like your culture? Or you didn't know about cultures when you were a kid, when you were in school? Or did you have a sense of being Oromo? Like, I am Oromo, I'm from Balearobe,
Yeah, there's two main differences, Amara and Oromo, in my perspective. And like, I know, like there's Walaitanya and Gurage, all those things. But for me personally, like, unless it's like in shows and movies and dramas, in school, the only two differences were, I'm Hamara or I'm Oromo. So yeah, I did have a sense of like, I'm Oromo. But it wasn't like. Yeah.
So I know that being from Addis Ababa myself, as I said earlier, so the schools in Addis Ababa are very diverse. So it's not like controlled by one ethnic group, since people from all over the place come to Addis for a better living, for a better job and stuff. So have you met other friends like who are Oromo too when you were in school in Addis Ababa?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So, what did you think about the education system? Was Oromo language or any other language as an Amharic taught in school in Addis Ababa?
No, I didn't even know that when I was there. I didn't even know that Oromo people had like their own writing.
Okay.
All I knew was English, like
Okay.
ABC,
Mhm.
and Amharic. Abacha. No, I mean ABC,
ABC,
and
yeah.
Ui.
Okay.
But there, I didn't know the Oromo aspect of it. It wasn't emphasized at all for
Okay.
me.
So,
But I think it was just because of I was in a select place
Okay.
in Addis.
Okay. So now being all grown up,
Yeah.
and when you look back,
Yeah.
what would you like to change? Because I know
Yeah.
like a lot of people who are in Addis,
Mhm.
especially kids who moved to Addis since they were a kid,
Mm-hmm.
since the official language is in Amharic, all
Yeah.
subjects are taught in Amharic and English, they tend to forget their own culture
Oh, yeah.
and background, their own language. So like, what advice would you give for the educators in Addis, or like maybe the whole country,
Yeah.
for the people who make the curriculum? What kind of change do you want them to make so that people or kids don't forget their own culture and language while learning the new language and culture?
Well, if now that I'm in this state, like looking back on it, I understand the fact that there are different backgrounds and there are different languages and cultures to cover, but I also feel like it is important, especially like as young kids that only have school to turn to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to give them the option
Okay.
to
Yeah.
at least have one class that's for Afan Oromo or
Mhm.
one class in other languages.
Okay.
Just like how in the U.S. Education system, you get to choose one language to focus on, like Spanish or
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they can like implement something like that,
Okay.
and I think that's realistic.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the environment you lived in while you were in Addis. About the neighborhood. So how was like was the neighborhood diverse, or was it all composed of like from what ethnic groups, or is like all the neighbors are like from all over the place?
It was, I think it was pretty diverse.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty diverse, but we had, at that time, we're Ethiopians kind of vibe,
Okay, yeah.
We're all Ethiopians kind of
Yeah,
vibe,
yeah.
no matter what.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we're all neighbors.
Yeah.
So we had that neighborhood aspect going on.
Okay.
And all the children played together.
Mhm.
No one was like, don't play with that person because, she's Oromo. Like, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
very,
that.
yeah, it was very
Yeah, I had
open.
friends from
Dr-
all over the place.
Exactly.
I don't really care where they're from.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun,
If
you know.
If anything, the main differences would be like, the rich kids or
Yeah.
the poor kids and stuff. But
Yeah.
even then, kids are
Okay.
very open-minded.
So, do you remember the year you moved to America?
Yes.
When was it? I don't know if you know.
2005.
2005. Okay.
Yeah. the
So,
end of 2005.
when did you feel after you moved here? I'm asking this because you moved to like a whole new environment,
A whole new world.
for a whole new world.
Yeah.
It's like for you, I think it's moving like maybe for the third time. You moved from the rural area to the capital city.
Yeah.
Now you're moving from the capital city to a whole new continent, a new country.
Yes.
So, were you scared, like, or did you have like hard time transitioning from Ethiopia to
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, I've heard, like the only thing we knew about America is through like watching like one TV show,
Yeah.
something about the Raymonds.
Okay.
And yeah, as a kid, I just wanted to come here to see the snow, literally. And so when I came here, I was shocked. There was so many different culture
Okay.
shocks that I don't think we'd be able to cover it all. Honestly, it's too different. It's completely
Yeah.
different. It was different for me.
Okay.
So
So,
yeah.
did you start
Okay.
going to school right after you moved here?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
And
so,
I went in the middle of the school year.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I can
So
imagine. Okay. So, how was it like to learn the whole new language, which is English? What kind of support did you get from the school to help you transition like easily, since given you're a minority?
yeah. I just it was like I think they tried their best.
Okay.
There was an ESL class that
Okay.
that was my favorite class, to be honest,
Okay.
because there were kids of different backgrounds that
Mhm.
didn't know the language,
Okay.
and also my little sister was in there, so
Okay.
you know I had someone to connect to, I
Okay.
guess.
Hmm.
But oh my god, it was really hard because no matter what, like in math classes or in English classes, like the teachers would tell us like she would be talking to me in English and she would explain it to me in English, and I'm just like, lady,
Yeah.
like thank you so much, but I have no idea what you're saying right now. It's literally gibberish. Like so thinking back on it, like it's really funny, but it was a hard time because
Right.
yeah, I couldn't just take in anything at all.
Yeah. So yours kind of relate to when I was in this EDS 117 class.
Uh-huh.
So we saw this video. There was this Spanish kid,
Uh-huh.
and he was given a test. It was in English. It wasn't only him, but like all the students were given.
Yeah.
It's in mathematics, but he doesn't know any English. But the kid is like really smart, but he doesn't understand English, so he doesn't know what's going on.
Mm.
So it was kind of hard for him to like to do good on that
Yeah.
in that exam.
Yeah.
So even though he knows the numbers, he doesn't know the language. You know, I think your story kind of relates to that.
Yeah. It's I think
Mm.
I like the fact that they didn't go easy on me or treat me differently
Mhm.
because I didn't know the language, because at the end of the day, you know,
Okay.
you have to know, you have to learn at the end of
Yes.
the day.
So were there other students from Ethiopia in your school other than your sister?
No.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just you and your sister.
Yep.
So how did you feel about that? Did you feel lonely, or like since you are the only one from Ethiopia and everybody else is from
Yeah.
another culture?
Yeah, everyone just looked different,
Mhm.
and I felt like the odd one out. So I didn't think everyone else was weird. Well, I did think everyone else was weird, but for the most part, I was the odd one out.
Okay.
Every aspect of me and them were different. You know, the way that we dressed, the way that we spoke, the way that our thinkings were different.
Okay.
So I felt very isolated
Okay.
for the most part. Like, I felt like no matter what I did, I wouldn't. I couldn't like just fit in.
Fit in, yeah.
No matter what,
So
So it was
Okay.
weird, and along with the culture shocks of like there's a lot of culture shock with the students not respecting the teacher,
Mhm.
or like
yeah, there's a lot going on, right?
yeah.
Since it's in school, you see a lot of things.
Mhm.
Okay. So what advice would you give like future educators so
Yeah.
that their teaching system provides equitable learning opportunity for all students from different backgrounds? Yeah. Like to make it easier for them to learn.
Mhm.
You know.
I think it's important to strengthen the ESL program,
Mhm.
because honestly the ESL program really did help me learn English, really did help me meet other kids and be able to communicate with other students.
Mhm.
But honestly, like it was a short period of time
Okay.
out of our full day, because we would still have to go to our like normal classes with kids that we don't understand and teachers that we don't understand.
Mhm.
So I think for students that just came in and they don't understand the culture or language, I think it's important to kind of grow the ESL program a bit. It's important, especially in elementary school.
Okay. So let's talk about one cultural difference in Ethiopia and here.
Mhm.
So how would the neighborhood like? I know in Ethiopia the neighborhood, like at least everybody knows
Yes.
each other. So how's it like
Yeah.
here after you moved here? Like did you say like,
Um,
wow, okay, I don't know anybody here even after living like 2 or 3 years here.
Yeah. Honestly, it's crazy. It's weird. No one no. I mean, you know each other.
Mhm.
You know you're there,
Yeah.
but I think for the most part, also like people move around a lot
Mhm.
here.
That's
Whereas in
true.
Ethiopia, you just stay in one place. You have your own house, and
Yes.
you do your own thing. But it's just we're all so different that it's kind of hard to connect with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there a lot of people from Ethiopia in San Diego here in the neighborhood?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's good. So you get together. So once in a while, what do you guys do? Uh, Together.
Yes, I think the number one thing that helped me when I came to the U.S. is the fact that there was such a large, I mean, in my perspective, it was a large Oromo community, and they were so helpful. Like they were just they they welcomed us with open arms, and they had community events that Oromo people got together. We had food. Kids got to know each other, play with each other. So that's what the Oromo community here has.
Okay, that's good. So like I know me being from Ethiopia and I live here, so it's kind of hard to practice all your cultural elements. Like it's kind of hard to do everything you used to do in Ethiopia, which are like cultural. So what things do you do that relate to your culture, like here? Um, like, are there any celebrations you do in groups, like with other Ethiopians? So.
I mean, we have those restaurants here that we go to, the Ethiopian restaurants. They have, you know, specific Ethiopian foods. We practice Ethiopian culture. I mean, Oromo culture, in which we invite guests to our house, and we. I don't know. I feel like we mention food a lot because it revolves around food.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of eating.
Okay. So going back to the school, I know you said you've had some struggles like adjusting. Like, did you notice other students like going through the same trouble, like having hard time to adjust?
Yes. I think had I come here to the U.S. and not gone to school, it would have been harder on me.
Yeah.
But the fact that I came here and I went to school, I was able to connect with other students in that we have the same purpose of learning. So other students also struggle with there's Somali people, there's Mexican people, there's Asian people, there's a lot of minority people, especially in San Diego. So I was able to connect with other students based on that too, and so that was helpful, like having that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not only you, even other minority students were having
There's a lot of
struggle,
minority, yeah.
but you were able to communicate with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you still have the sense of being Oromo? Like, how often do you
yeah.
spoke the Oromo language, or do you feel like you're kind of leaving behind your culture as you blend into the American society or culture?
Yeah, I mean, the more I get educated about being assimilated and all that stuff, and the more I learn about the importance of culture, like honestly, like I'm more open-minded to my own culture and to the fact that I have to hold on to my culture. But I know a lot of a lot of my friends were like, they kind of became, as we call it, like Americanized. They left behind a lot of their values and stuff just to fit in. But for me personally, like I feel like it's a part of my identity. So no matter what, like I still have my family, I still have to speak my language in order to communicate with my parents who don't speak English. So yeah.
So
Like,
okay. So if you go back to Ethiopia right now,
Yeah.
do you think it would be easy for you to communicate with other people in Ethiopia who speak fully Amharic or Oromo?
Yeah, I mean personally, like yes, they will make fun of us for mixing up English words with Oromic words.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
We try.
Alright, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Yay.